was decidedly unpleasant. Am I the lone survivor? Ah, Brachus Rex. I've read his history. Quite gruesome, even for a human.
The child has a small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eyes, his chin, the crown of his head.
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers. Why? I guess. Well, the people who put me here are human. And the people... Are you a sorcerer? One of those guys that brings the bad void things here?
The child looks at you straight on, unafraid, searching the shadows cloaking your face.
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess they're wrong. Or crazy. Maybe you're right. At least they don't mind where anyone goes. They're gone now. Their magisters took them already. I guess now they're cured. And maybe they're waiting for me back at home. But you didn't die. There isn't anywhere safer. That's what I mean. You'll see. I guess I am, but it's just normal. You can stay out here with me if you want. You don't seem that scary.
Voidwoken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn. They made it to shore. Bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay. Drowned and eaten by a Voidwoken. I wonder in which order.
Look here, Quercus. Another giant. My, what's that? Yes, I did see how it made short work of the great acorn servants. But that is no reason to trust it. Giants like that destroyed our forests. They... What? Dear me, have you taken leave of all 6 of your senses? Oh, I see. You cunning devil, Quercus. We need only follow in its big, wide shadow and be safe. Egad, it speaks our tongue. What do you mean a good time for introductions? You know full well. Oh, introduce myself to the giant. No, we will have the giant march. Now, onwards, shield. Our shield speaks, Quercus. Prick up your phantom ears. Dear me, it... Why, speak, shield. A giant body, but no giant... Surely, even the tall folk know that Rivellon was bare before the great acorn fell from... Beautiful and perfect until the giant race... They carved the Irwood up. But someday, the great acorn will fall again. Oh, Quercus, it once... What tree did the great acorn fall from? Where did that tree come from, if not a greater? Some questions have no... The great acorn will come. It will What do you say, Quercus? We once... No, quite right. As Rather, we must find a way to live together in peace. Giant and squirrel. Although it would be quite a bit easier to get along if the giants would stop. Perhaps the shield will let them know as much.
You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with a steady, malcontent stare. Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep. The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock...
I did survive, yes. And chances are I wouldn't have, had you not returned. You have my gratitude.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
Yes, I'm sure you've all the makings of a hero and all that. Now then, if there's nothing further... I'm sure I don't mean to sound condescending, but I had thought it quite self-evident.
He sighs, dramatic.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean? Memories.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil...
As for myself, when I consider this I see continents dotted with mighty cities, and shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, What do you mean, what do I mean? I mean just what I say.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended...
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am? The very same. I am the Red Prince, the All-Conqueror, the world. Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent...
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between All-Conqueror. The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne this and that. Tag along. On the other hand, I really could do with a dog's body. And you've already proven to be trustworthy enough. Fine, I accept. On one condition. For reasons I'll not disclose right now, I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you... Jolly good. Oh my word. How you do astound me. Come now, did you really think a handful of linen towels? But don't worry. I have studied the arcane arts for years, including necromancy and demonology. I do not hold the So, now that that's settled, first things first. Even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our sword... As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you? Very well. Onwards, then, to victory or death.
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile that wavers ever so delicately.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be travelling with a prince. Proper forms of address include your majesty, your royal... As your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh out. Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll see to it you'll... Quite right. Do seek my counsel. I highly recommend it. As am I. A prince should die of old age or on the battlefield. That said, I've the distinct feeling I wasn't meant to die today. For despite your... there was something in the water. A voice made of air that soothed my flooding lungs. There was sudden light. Truly, how intriguing. To hear a voice whilst drowning is still.
He hesitates.
Are you a religious person? I'm rather relieved to hear it. Religious persons tend to be all too self-important in their supposed humility. As for myself, I perform the ancient rites of... After all, when one is revered by many as a living god oneself, there was a small incident which prompted my many rivals to move against me. Technically, they had the letter of the law on their side. Such a nuisance, the law. Quite necessary to keep the common in line, of course, but one such as myself it should exempt as a matter of course. By the rabble and for the rabble. You're one of those, are you? Remember that we'll see if you'll still trumpet the virtues of law when its executors turn to us with malicious intent. I hardly know you as yet. Let's leave some mystery in the relationship, shall we? We can exchange criminal... There isn't much to say. It's the portent of it all. I can feel it. The revelation will be world-changing. I just know it. And justified it is too. As certain as the sun, such is my conviction. I will be. Then grow... I intend to rule an empire one day, not a tiny outcropping in the... To that end, I suggest we focus on the obvious. Of course, I'd much appreciate it if we managed to find a
Oh, how pensively our... Ask away, Shield. Indeed.
Ah, hello, small, furry creature. How do you do?
It seems we're not the only ones taking on strays. Oh, no need to be jealous, Quercus. Fur maketh not the cat.
What's this? I found something. I need a shovel.
One must put in due effort if one is to reap the proper reward.
I repeat myself?
Now speak. Stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent. Our Godwoken speaks.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander. I know nothing.
If you can tell the Godwoken no more, your tongue is
This can't be serious, Alexander. Come!
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Stay silent!
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root. Her eyes squeeze shut.
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. The fate of our realm hangs in the balance. If you will not help Alice,
Yes, your holy...
I believe we're done here.
What a waste. Come, we'll be needed elsewhere.
The Lizard Magister, or what's left of her, lies in a puddle of gore.
She was a lizard, yet a magister. No matter her reasons, her penalty was fair.
Come on then, Legsy. Pay up.
This is not your business, Long Pig.
Don't let this moss muncher talk to you like that. Especially a cheapskate like that.
An intense-looking man steps between the thug and the elf and rolls up his sleeves, revealing well-muscled and heavily scarred...
Just stand aside, won't you?
Lone wolves decide their own business.
The thug freezes in fear for a moment, before shuffling back to the protection of his crony.
Pay up, elf. No one shorts Griff. Especially not one of you.
Burrow looks you both up.
Ah, get out of here.
The elf smiles.
Follow me, before more of them trouble us. There is a safe place.
Ifan rolls his sleeves back down. He nods at you, the shadow of a smile on his...
Good work there. Good work. I can tell you've got chops.
He stretches out one rough hand to shake yours. He grips your hand tight as a vice and pauses. His fingertips feel your finger bones.
Say, you don't look all that busy now that we're safely on dry land. I could use someone to watch my... I've just got a small errand to run. And then I'll be looking to get the hell out of here, while I've still got a neck to collar.
He shrugs, looking off.
Mercenaries. It's a job. My job. Everyone needs to make a living.
The little black cat trailing you hisses at him, hair raising a ridge along its back. Without batting an eyelid, the man rumbles a lupine growl. The cat hides behind your leg, mewling.
You gonna pray all day, buddy?
He shoots you a flinty look, all teeth and peril.
Lone wolves only share such information with friends. Are we going to be friends?
He grins, shut.
So, before we hit the road, it's best if we decide battle strategies up front. Survival's my main priority. I'll use every trick in the book to keep us alive. But if a wayfarer's not what you're after, I've got other skills. What do you need? Can do.
He scans the horizon for threats with one green eye.
Right you are. Tired of the view in here yet? I am too, I must say. Good to know someone's got your back when the going's tough. Well, I've got a contract to complete. After that, Getting the hell out of Fort Misery seems the...
Ifan shrugs off his backpack and reaches into its depths.
Have a read of my contract and find... So, time to find this... Ah, you've read my contract. What does that look in your eye mean? Maybe.
He sniffs the wind, gazing up.
But maybe it's going to work out. I've got a contract. A man on the inside. Good to know. And likewise. As soon as I saw that glint in your eye, I knew we'd make a solid team.
He freezes and shoots you a wary glance, looking for...
Well, why not? Go ahead.
Ifan begins counting on his fingers and...
43, give or take.
Ifan nods.
It's not a competition. What else do you want to know? That I did. In Lucian's own army. Yeah. Stay out of their way. From the rank and file to the top brass, they're as ruthless as the wildest lone wolf. There's a reason I don't wear order garb anymore. But I don't like to talk about those days. Thanks for understanding. No.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but...
What? How did I get... What? No, that can't be. I can't... Huh? Yeah, fine.
The cat opens his mouth as if to speak, but his eyes lose...
I saw what you did there, convincing Burrow not to lay the law down on that elf. Why do you want to help one of them?
You watch yourself. Odd.
Bloody cavies. Too big for their boots, as usual. They ought to keep, you know, elves, dwarfs, lizards, undesirable.
Did you see them, sir? Bishop Alexander and the Hammer herself, they were so close, almost within a... They were just there.
Bow your head, please! If we chant the endless prayer, the next divine... Haven't you heard? Bishop Alexander, the divine, do not doubt that he will come into his powers at any moment.
Hey, I know you.
Losa, the dark-eyed jokester you met aboard the ship, waves enthusiastically and dips into a mock elegant curve.
Back then, I was Madame Josephine Gribbles de Pube. And you were you. Nothing like a nice tentacle slap across the moor to set the tone for the week, eh? How'd you escape? I saw you fall. We all did. Thought you were done for. When we get out of this place, I owe... So you managed to swim to safety, is that it? What about when you were in the water? Didn't hear anything unusual, did you? I heard the same... Do you know what this means? It means...
Losa's voice catches in her throat. The joy drains from her face. Her eyes loose. She is stock-still, waxy-skinned, her eyes dark. Greyish-black veins run from her eyes down her cheeks. Her head snaps to you mechanically, and her eyes lock with yours. Dark pupils dilated into light suddenly flashes back into her face. The grey veins drained...
Anyway, what were we talking about? Ah, it's nothing really. It's just... I'm just a bit... well, a bit... hospitable? Ha! What I mean is, look, you've never been a host, right? That's 'cause you're like a clump of leaves on... But I'm a roadside inn. Red door, flowers out front. Friendly like a goddamn gold star inn for the disembodied.
She gives you a searching look.
You seem pretty well adjusted. Ain't that just the truth? So, how are you enjoying the joy? Yeah? I was just thinking that... So, you want to check this place out together? Strength in numbers and all that. It does, right? Before we head out, I've got more than a few tricks up my sleeve. Lately, I've been into the enchanting arts, but I can shoot, slash, summon, steal, whatever your little black heart desires. So, what'll it be? Sounds fine. So, we're good to go? Yeah? Well, that was easier than I thought. And I'll do my best to stay myself. Lead the way. Well, duh. I'm sure that disguise will fool most people. Most fleshy folks aren't really alive anyway. Don't sweat it. Now, let's go. Hey. Hi. Easy. I'd say we get out of this place. Dunno how long they plan to keep us here. Ooh, so serious. What's up? Well, I was giving this concert up on Overlook Hill. There was a great crowd. They were really feeling it. But I guess it was too good. I had me a little sauce flare-up. Everyone went a bit, I don't know. I snapped out of it before anyone got hurt, but the Magisters caught me backstage afterwards. At least I went down doing what I loved. Of course I do. What's your poison? A man after my own heart. I've got one in the works right now, actually. Been writing it on a hand harp.
Losa sways to the left and claps twice, as though clearing the air. Her eyes flutter shut, lips set in a serene A faint hum moves with a rhythm low and clear. It sounds like a river.
Oh, sorry, I'm... You and me, we need... Oh. Oh. I can't. It isn't that. Never mind. We should keep moving. How very sweet of you to notice. I know. It's weird. One of them...
She drums on her forehead with 2 fingers.
They used to be blue. Oh well.
She bats her eyelashes at you in an exaggerated flutter, then bursts out laughing and...
Character. If I can say nothing else for my current companion, at least I can say it gave me a bit of character. So what's it like, being alone in your head? People say that. Nope. This one doesn't talk to me. It talks through me. You'll know it when you see it.
You there. You've just arrived, isn't that right? Are you... It's just... I've a proposition. Something very worth knowing. But it's hardly a group affair. I only need one. You won't regret it. Not when you hear what I've got to say. We need to be quick, though. You never know when the Magisters are going to haul you off. I've been here a long time. Longer than anyone else. People get taken sometimes. I have a way out of here. Are you interested? Attaboy. Who wouldn't? Finally, the plan's simple. Completely foolproof. I have a spell that I can use to teleport. There's an artifact that you can use to teleport me out of this place. Then I can use my spell to free you in turn. It's found its way into a nest of crocodilians on a secluded beach nearby. Here, give me your map and I'll show you. Not enough to trouble a get that artifact. And you and I are as good as free. Go.
The woman is scrabbling at her throat, as though she can hardly breathe.
Don't touch me. You're too close. This collar, do you? You seem fine. Don't you feel how tight?
Her hands move again to her throat. She seems to try to... The lizard's brow knits together, then apart, and back again. He seems to be swimming deep in his thoughts and doesn't look up as you approach.
What? Oh, new, are you? Very good, very good. Advice? Hold on to yourself, my friend. The fort is full of decent folks turned goods. Ah. My mind? What else, my friend? I'm wondering why. We've used Source for thousands of years. We have used it to heal, to grow. How can it be?
Ho ho! Ain't come to shake me down for my knickers, have you? You're all I got left after your buddies were through with me. That's so. Huh. You look just like 'em. But then again, I never wa- I've had more about...
Bleeding snake.
Now, let's not, please. Excuse us.
You're talking to me, not him.
Oh, for the love of Lucian Paladin.
Say it again. What you said about my wife. Go on. Piss off. Go on, Sam.
Well, it's the truth, and you know it. She's better off. So what if it was messy? I'd rather puke myself to death 1,000 times than let the Reds...
A flat smile.
She never did like you. Bastard.
The man looks for a moment at the corpse at his feet, then turns back toward the nearly finished coffin, bloodied hammer in hand.
Murder's a big word. And no, this here's a bed for someone 1,000 times better than that snake. Rest her soul. Only a coward will let someone talk about their Well, maybe it is murder. Maybe not all killing's as bad as arrest, though.
He nods at you and turns back to his handiwork. He taps hammer to nail.
Ha! I found you, didn't I? Red, they said. Red, then dead. Them that pay the bills, of course. I'll be a rich man when you're 6 feet. Time's up, Your Highness. It's stabbing time.
yield to none. I'll yield to none.
Healing!
Glory is mine.
Show yourself!
I'll yield to none. I need aid. Damn nuisance these assassins are. It's their frightful manners I mind the most, really. Well, that was rather fun, wasn't it? I do find it ever so invigorating to cut a cutthroat's throat. Oh, one gets used to this kind of thing so quickly. This is hardly the first time someone's filled some... I'll tell you what, though. Whomever wants me out of the picture will have to... All those bumblers they've sent so far...
The woman looks out on the gently lapping waves. She seems totally at peace, but...
Haven't seen you around here before. Well, don't worry too much. You here alone?
She gives you a long...
You keep them friends of yours close, eh? Not much in this world someone you love can't... It's nothing. If I haven't learned that... Used to be I had a family. A husband. Then they brought us here. I couldn't stop them from taking my boys from me when they did. Reckon they were cured. Now I'm just waiting for him to call my name. Waiting and remember.
Her eyes sparkle.
Kind of you to ask. Stefan. He was my little one. Smart as a...
She talks for some time about birthdays, about Felix's prick. Joy radiates from her as she remembers. She places a...
What a gift to think of them. I'd like to give something to you, too. A family recipe. Take care of yourself. You won't regret keeping the... I brought my...
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey.
What's going on?
Collared like a dog. A very tall, very strange-smelling dog. I'd pity you, but Shadowplay Ineffable has a soft spot for beauty, and you carry that. I'd like to see you try, meatbag. Sure, course through me like a tidal wave, ready to break over your pathetic. But of course, they'll happily dump your meager-bony corpse into the sea. Sorcerers dance while magisters pull the strings. Fools all! This power is my birthright, same as yours. But one of us has grown to astounding heights, and the other has sunk into depths. Ha! Of course, precious. But foolish divine would have scum.
What's this? I found something.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with acute in its eyes. The cat's eyes.
Say he likes it thick and long. Combs it out all dilly-eye day. Come on, you stubborn hunk of garbage.
The dwarf's fingers clamp around a splintered chunk of wood nailed to the skeleton of an old ship. His whole body
Eh? Oh, that. Won't be my first or last roll on a lost boat. Reckon I might have had a harder time of it without your help, though. Now, if you'll excuse me...
The dwarf spits into each of his calloused palms. You grab the plank and pull. The rusted nail pops loose.
Oh, look at that. Nice of you to finish the job after...
He winks and flips a gold coin toward you. It makes a long, high arc, glinting in the sun.
For your trouble. I suppose it were a fool's errand thinking I could make something out of this heap.
He sucks a finger and holds it up to the wind.
Winds like these, she would have capsized before she reached...
He gives you a wry look, as though deciding whether to trust.
Aye, was planning to build me a raft and paddle off. I've got business north of here, in a town called Driftwood. Far be it from me to miss an appointment. Why don't we make a deal then? You help me get out of this place. That's the spirit.
He lifts an invisible cap and...
Pleased to make your acquaintance. The name's... well, the name's dead and buried. What matters is what they call me. Beast. Well, that's quite the story now. Let's suffice to say I'd at least be Captain Beast in better times. I'm out of a ship at the moment, though. Anyhow, we're a team now, so Let's get down to brass tacks. I've been up and down the realm so often it'd make your cabbage spin. Then it's settled. Capital! Aye. But it seems you've no room for old Beast in your club.
Tired of the view in here yet?
Are you certain you want to dismiss your companion? His eyebrows...
Can't say I'm not sorry to see you go, but you'll be all right. Good luck out there.
Let's team up, you and me. How do? Right now, though, the biggest thing on my mind is some candy arse called Lohar. Well, that's that sorted. Onward, then. I've got... Ah, well. My best mate's son is on... Now, onward! Not drawing many winning cards of late, but I won't be crying over it. You noticed that, eh? Well, I'm a lot of things. So, there's some things you ought to know about me. I'm sort of... kinda royalty. I mean, I never wore a crown. Not with diamonds in it, anyway. Anyway, let's just get it out there. I'm a bastard. To make an overlong story over short, I started the rebellion and got caught and exiled to an island prison. Like Fort Joy, but 10 times worse. I would have died there too, if one of Justinia's ships... And then I came upon the Victory. Nice ship. The royal sailors walked the plank as well as you could hope. I'm no pirate. I just play the part. I prefer... Now let's see how quick I can tell you the rest. Queen Justinia's ordered some dwarf named Lohar to ambush a ship called the Peacemaker. So, yeah, hoping to find this Lohar fellow and stop the Operation Downfall thing. I'm no people person, but I've had a run-in or two with man. One way or another we'll slip past him. Just keep your head to the ground. You'll get more than an ear.
Are you certain you want to dismiss your...
If we have...
Hey, Freshy! What you heard about a crate of stolen supplies? And don't you lie to me now. Huh. What do I need your help for, Freshy? By the looks of you, if you're done wasting my time...
Sweetheart?
Farah.
Please. Please. You must help me. No one here will help me. Not one of these Oh, bless you. Bless you. She's been missing. Irma's her name. She's about as high as your hip. Black of hair. A quiet child. I'm sick with worry. Completely sick. And no one in this damn camp will lift a finger. I last saw her just here, near 3 days ago. She was playing with her little doll, and I was washing out her tunic. This place turns people cold. Cold and wicked. That fellow Jeth over there speaks unutterable Yes, of course. Here, you should take it with you. When you find her, give her the doll and tell her.
She soaks up a steady stream.
She ought to come with you then. You are an angel.
A fella can't hear himself think with all this racket. Do you hear that, Farah? You got to cut that out. Aye, she needs help, but none that I can give. Mad as a cooker, that one, and twice as loud. What else do you call hollering after a ghost? That child of hers she's shouting after has been dead and buried a month over. Killed by a void, and there ain't no amount of hollering that'll bring...
Ah, you're back. Please, did you find Irma? She still hasn't returned. Where could she be, my dear girl? You've been talking to that snake, Jeff, haven't you? I don't know where he gets these obscene lies. It's... You stay away from that man, do you hear me? Irma isn't...
Back so soon? Change.
He grins.
Right you are.
Amidst a crowd of screws, bolts, and scraps of metal, the woman is manipulating a glove-like contraption.
And what you after? I ain't. Just seeing how it's made. She's clever.
She looks up.
You looking to buy something? Found it in the scrap heap not so long ago. We used to know it. Never knew her to be much of a wrench head back in the day, but once she joined the order, she started turning out.
She nods once.
You looking to buy something? Or do you just want to waste my time with a whole lot of questions? For you? Hell no. That's for me to know, and you to get out of my... all manner of things.
The woman looks up as...
What do you need? Come again? You another friend of Niles? I told that Magister freak to get back to... Now get the hell out!
The woman looks up as you approach.
What do you need?
The woman looks up as you...
What do you need? Ha! The hammer got you curious. Yeah, funny name for a gal like... Oh, I don't know. She was a sweet soul. Quiet. Loved her family. Always seemed strong as I... People do change, don't they?
She nods once.
Clever lass, her. No wonder what Alexander sees in her. Question is, what she sees in him.
So, what's the news? Well, I certainly got lucky with you, didn't I? The way out's nice and... Give me your map. I'll show you where to go.
When another divine arrives. Farah, she ain't coming back.
He hasn't changed a bit.
Come. This way, in the back. Follow me.
this leads.
Perfect. Now, teleport me down to the ledge behind me near the tree stump. I'll bring you right up. Now, come towards me. I'll teleport you down. I just need to see you clearly. Come close to the edge as you can, friend. Simply perfect. Now, teleport me to that mossy rock across the gulch, just by the torch. We're almost there. Even the air smells better here above that pit. Thanks for the help, and good luck getting yourself out.
Looks like it's just you and me, Stumply. There's no way off. There better be enough wood in that stump to make a ladder.